Hi, this is Mike, and in this video, we're just talking about this move that is happening on Bitcoin now and how it could be part of this idea that we're going to see higher prices. Okay, now the failure to break support at the lows to me indicates that potentially this is what we're seeing. And what kind of pattern is it as well? So, taking a closer look here, I'm just going to mark the support level here that I mean, like right here. Okay, this area here, if this is the end of wave E, this is support, right? Why did this pull back so far? In my opinion, it's because it's a weak 5 wave move for wave one. Okay, if that's the case, then the lack of follow through here and also the weakness that ended up happening with this pattern, I think it says a lot to why this is doing this. So if this is potentially the wave A, B, C, D, E scenario, right? It kind of doesn't fit properly because of this move that happened, right? So potentially what we could be seeing instead is the whole thing being a wave A, right? And it being an expanded zigzag down, which is also kind of ironic because this is the same kind of pattern that I'm suspecting that Bitcoin is in right now in its entirety from the highs, from the all-time highs. And the move up since 2015 was also a weak 5 wave move. So it's almost like a fractal little mini version of the larger pattern. I don't know if you want to call that ironic. It's just very interesting, that's for sure. So how would we label this if that was the case? Well, if you go back to the video that I spoke about this pattern, right, it all starts off with the little A wave up the top, doesn't it? So, I mean, if you don't see these things first, it's hard to determine them ahead of time. To me, it's almost impossible to do it. Right. So let's try and begin with the A, the B, and the C. Right. So A, B, C. Now this obviously takes into account that this is a 5 wave move, which is fine. It's just a strange looking 5 wave move, but whatever. Let's go with it for now so we can understand this, right? And then our D wave down here, and then our E wave up here. So it's almost like basically going back to the 1, 2, 3 wave 1 and 2 idea, except given the choppy nature and the way that this kind of ended, I'm looking at this C wave down here as being a weak 5 wave move as well. Okay, well, it's definitely weaker than what happened at the highs. The midpoint was sharp-ish, but I still believe it might have been a zigzag, like in the wave 1, 3, and 5 at the lows here. If you look at the lows, the last pattern down there is a zigzag. So that's interesting in itself. Now, to confirm this, we need to break above this level here. Okay, it's a bit lower. And also wave B ended here. I know it's a bit confusing because I said short if it breaks the lows, but it's the way in which it broke it that is the part that is the weak looking scenario, right? So these things are always a work in progress, right? It's work done on the fly. It's not exactly easy to come up with these counts, but it's better to come up with them, um, in one way or another rather than not come up with them at all. Okay. So just give me 1 second. I'm just right. So what's the deal from here? Obviously, we need a B wave, B, C, D, E. And at this stage, the idea that this is going to be wave A of a move coming to the upside might be a little indicative of the kind of move it might be as we see it progress, right? So at this stage, before I produce the next update later on today, I think that it'd be wise to wait for a break of this high and support remains at the lows for a potential move higher. Okay, thanks for watching.